So funding for students, I always tell students that their undergrad is their own doing in terms of financial. In the grad school, usually they should expect grad studies to be paid for. We do what we can. We pay about 90% of our PhD students are fully funded. We typically offer TAs for the first year so that they get here, get acclimated, and then find a research project that they can fit in and then transition into an RA position. But in general, between TAs and RAs in our department, we fund about 90% of our PhD students. Some of our students actually get funded in other departments too. Programming, as everybody knows these days, is a high commodity item. So we get students that get funded by grants in other departments because they need somebody to build a website or something like that. So we even have some students that get funding outside the department. But in general, we try to fund them all. The last few, 2-3 years, I think, we started providing multi-year offers, guaranteed to a very few select students that are highly qualified. So if the students have done already research, maybe have publications, or come from a research group where we know the professors and there's already a relationship, the opportunities for getting multi-year funding is very good. But in general, we fund 90-some% of the students, so we basically have funding for almost all. So for example, in the fall of 2012, 97 students had GRA funding and 37 had GTA funding. And those together is close to 90-some% of our PhD students. In general, what we tell students that come in is use your first semester to go meet professors, go find their research group meetings and attend some of the research group meetings. And we typically tell them that they should attend 2 or 3 different research group meetings so that by the end of the first semester, they're aware of the research that's happening in the group and they can talk to the professor and say, I can help on that, I can participate on that project, and then sort of get sort of open the door to talk about funding for the second year with a particular research group or professor. So we have different types of GTAs. The TAs on the intro level courses, the freshman courses and sophomore courses, all those courses have a lab component. So the TAs for those classes, it's rarely a first year student. It's typically somebody that has already done TA, has excelled as a TA, and then we move them. In those classes, they teach the labs. We give them the materials, we give them the lectures, we give them everything, but they're sort of the instructor of record in the labs. As we move up higher in the program, they do more like grading or holding office hours. There are a few TAs that we split them over 2 classes because maybe some classes don't have as much grading or work for a full TA. So we fund that a student and we say, okay, you grade for this professor and this other one. Sometimes their own advisors so that there is a balance as to how many hours they put into it.